Greetings, schools, and welcome to another talk about horror television. Tonight we're discussing one of my favorite episodes of The Hitchhiker. And if you like this sort of content, please be sure to smash that subscribe button. Thank you. This episode is titled Made in Paris. And in the opening scene, we hear factory manager Leon making deals at the cost of his workers. He's pushing the factory's production limits to appease purchasers. When Leon gets off the phone, he calls for Sylvie, his assistant, but she isn't answering. Leon goes downstairs to see what the holdup is. None of his workers are working. There's a badly hurt worker, bleeding all over the place, due to an old ratty machine. The manager refuses to get fixed. The man is gonna die. The manager refuses to call an ambulance. He demands that they call a cab, and that the man go to a doctor in Chinatown, which is pretty far away, so not great. The manager shoos everyone back to work. The injured man grabs the manager's shirt and says something in Mandarin. He's all covered in blood. A moment later, he sees a strange young woman we've never seen before. She leaves before he has a chance to speak to her. Leon goes up to his office. He's a real son of a bitch to his right-hand woman. It's a shame, she makes more sense than him consistently throughout the episode. She leaves rightfully in my opinion, and he notices a weird wrapped gift on his desk. He opens it. It's a bizarre ball that isn't quite a ball, and I don't think he thinks anything of it. He changes his shirt, and out of nowhere the young lady from before is back. We learn her name is Maijan. They start talking, and he's surprised that she knows English. She wants to meet with him later, so she jots down her address and they plan to meet up at 7. He thinks she's quite charming and agrees. So later on he's driving and something real weird happens, and his brakes stop working and he slams his car into a bunch of boxes and trash. Maijan is there within seconds, and they walk the rest of the way to her home while his car is towed to the mechanic. She makes him some tea, and they talk a bit more. She gets right to it, really, and tells him there's an earth demon haunting him. The gift he got was cursed. He's a dope, of course. He doesn't believe her.
The only thing I want to try to understand is you.
Don't.
So he gets going. Life is such a grind for this man. Everyone looks at him like he's a scumbag when he gets back to his office. When he goes upstairs, Sylvie tells him why. The injured worker died on his way to the Chinatown doctor. She tells him the workers are very upset. Maybe he should give them the day off. Yeah, right. He isn't going to do that. In fact, he's still in a pissed off mood, and he might go start some shit with them. He gets a call from the car shop, and they tell him there's nothing at all wrong with his car. That's weird, huh? He doesn't want to hear it, and he's still not putting together that he is, in fact, cursed. When he heads to the bathroom to wash his face, he looks up at the mirror, and he is horrified when he sees his face covered in blood. Sylvie rushes to his assistants and finds no bloody evidence. How weird. He's pretty clearly cursed, but nope, he just thinks someone's messing with him. He goes downstairs very riled up. He's yelling at everyone, demanding to know where Maijan is. No one has ever heard of her. She doesn't even work here. He throws the cursed gift in a fit of rage, and out of nowhere a shelf falls down towards them. Sylvie saves his life. She's really second in command goals, not gonna lie. He's had enough of the malarkey and fires everyone like a reactionary nut that he is. He sends everyone packing and sends Sylvie home. He starts drinking in his office, and eventually Maijan comes to visit. She's hard to catch, and he chases her downstairs. The machine starts moving by itself, and he's looking around. A bunch of workers slowly surround him, and he falls on a machine that really gets him good. The terrible boss dies in an unclear way. I'm thinking he had a heart attack or something, since he's actually the only one there after all. Paranoia kills. I'll happily rate this a 9 out of 10 for the series. I love exploring a good sweatshop, factory worker, comeuppance tale. The people in these positions are so often undervalued, underpaid, and are taken for granted by all the suits above them. The show covers this theme again in an episode titled Hired Help, which I'm sure I'll be covering shortly. Labor can often be exploitative in real life, and it's fun to see it portrayed in my favorite horror television program. What did you think of this one? Let me know down in the comments. You guys know I love hearing from you. Huge thank you to my patrons. Thanks so much. That's all I have for you this week, my ghouls. Thanks for tuning in. Be well and stay spooky.